Ladies and gentlemen, behind every great organization like ICCF, there's a person, in this case a gentleman, who has a vision and then the drive and the energy to make that vision become reality. It is now my privilege to welcome to the stage the patriarch of the International Conservation Caucus, the founder of the ICCF and the chairman of the ICCF group, Mr. David Barron.
Thanks, folks. I have a lot of wonderful friends here tonight who've said some nice things about me. I'm a little embarrassed because I tell you, I don't do a whole lot of the work anymore. The vision part might be true, but you know, sometimes you can be a visionary and then other people do all the work. And I'll tell you that John Gant and Susan Lilas and Salome Gazabili and Karen Slovan and Fred Breezy and Adam Brooks and all of our team, Clara Falcone. Claire's here with my 12-year-old goddaughter tonight, who's going to be a great conservationist someday. These people really work real hard. I help here and there. Mostly they have me begging these days. You know, I'm squeezing people like Bruce Lovan to pay our bills, and Mike Pillsbury. Boy, he's tough, but thank God. Mike, thanks for coming through again. We have a lot of wonderful NGOs, a lot of wonderful corporations here tonight. I particularly want to congratulate Coca-Cola. I want to thank Volkswagen and SeaWorld and the Friedkins and Bumblebee, and I have to thank the Global Environment Facility. Nyoko, thank you especially. And for your, I'm not sure, Nyoko, I thought you gave a brilliant talk tonight, but you and I both have a little problem with our accents. I want to make sure people understand that Nyoko announced tonight a special GEF fund for the poaching crisis in the next replenishment. It's an executive order. It's our friends Gustavo Fonseca and Jaime Cavalier and over at the World Bank, Claudio Sobrevilla are going to manage this. It's fantastic. Kay Granger, who's here. You know, Kay, I had fun telling Rod Shaw in the back tonight that you cut his budget by 19% and gave us an extra $50 million. Oh, God, he couldn't believe it. He read the 19% part, but he didn't read the $50 million part. We probably won't get it because we'll have another continuing resolution. Thank God for continuing resolutions. You know, without them, our conservation budget would have been cut the last few years. So my message from this Republican, I'm going to be very happy after the elections in 2014, but we got a hell of a lot of homework to do because we will have budgets, I think, after 2014, and we're not going to like them in the conservation world. We've got to work with people like John Hoven, who hadn't gotten religion yet. We got to get him into the bush, Rob, so he gets religion like we have. There are a lot of well-meaning conservatives. They just don't understand it yet. You know, Lindsey Graham took conservatives into Rwanda 3 weeks ago so that they could see the importance of our foreign aid. If it's well spent, it makes a big difference in livelihoods and lives. I also want to congratulate Ed Royce. Ed was really the visionary behind the caucus. And God bless Clay Shaw and Bill Archer and John Tanner and Sharon Archer and Tom Udall and others that helped make this possible originally in the House and then eventually in the Senate, thanks to the Portmans and the Udalls and others. Before I introduce the president, I want to introduce a couple of his parliamentarians we didn't introduce tonight. James Limbelli and Abdul Karim Shaw, please stand up. These are the founders of our Tanzanian caucus. The chairman and deputy of the Environment Committee, they've flown in just to be with us tonight, as have, by the way, our MP, senator from Morocco, please. Please stand up, if you will. We're lucky that we've these vibrant if you look at the flags on this stage, they represent our partners. There are 46 countries, the EU and the AU. Madam Zuma, thank you. And there are more than 40 of those countries represented in this room tonight, with parliamentarians and with ambassadors. Laurie Marker, of course, you're my hero. God bless you. We're proud of you. I'll tell you another hero of mine is we're about to introduce. I have a nephew in the back of the room who's a colonel in the Marine Corps, and I want you to talk to President Kikwete and find out how you can go from colonel in the Marine Corps to commander-in-chief. But he's a career military man and good military man, and today he made a commitment to use the military in Tanzania if we need them to stop the poaching crisis. I asked him if he would, and he didn't answer the question, but then I heard him tell Kay Granger that he would use the Army. Thank you, Kay. We're giving him an award that we've never given before, but we will give it again, and we will give it in memory of him. It's the Minga Award. It's a Kiswahili word that means wise elder. And Mark Green, Ambassador Green, was really the inspiration for this because he was our ambassador there, and he knows this president and loves him, and he knows that he's been a great conservationist, and he's been a great conservationist because he loves the wild places, he loves the wild animals. This is where he goes for weeks at a time to get away from it all. He laughed and said, oh, it's the only place the cell phone doesn't work. But we know how important it is to go places where the cell phone doesn't work. This man has a passion for conservation, and he has done wonderful things, and he's gotten very little credit for it. And we need to start giving credit where credit's due. You know, Exxon gave $1 million a year for tigers in India, and they never got a damn thank you for it. $14 million, they never got thanked for it. So they don't give that kind of money anymore. We need the Exxons. Walter Kansteiner and Jeannie Mitchell have started helping us, and I hope that they realize that if they give $1 million a year to conservation, they'll get credit for it in the future. But this president actually gets beaten up because there are problems in his country. There are problems in Africa. But I know that he told me one time when I met with him that when elephants destroy crops, they say those are the president's elephants. When lions eat children or cattle, they say those are the president's lions. And then when he wants to build a dam to produce electricity for his people that don't have electricity, somebody's snail darter stops the dam. Well, damn the dam. We need to be thinking marketplace solutions. We can't be thinking emotionally. We can't be thinking hysterically. We have got to use logic. We have got to find marketplace solutions. Charity will not work forever. Mr. Sampier, your predecessor didn't like it one time when I was quoted saying dilettante charity was a stopgap. Well, not all charity is dilettante, but charity is only a thumb in the dike. We have to release the marketplace. We have to operate like the Friedkins in Tanzania and Paul Tudor Jones in Tanzania. We need public-private partnerships that unleash the value of these natural resources, because then the people will manage them well, because they will feed the children with them, and not for just this generation, but future generations. We can't think with the left side of our brain. We've got to use business principles. We've got to find solutions that work long term. And we've got to thank our friends that are doing a great job. And there are hysterical blogs that are giving Tanzania the dickens right now. This president is the best friend we've got in this war. He will tell you a little bit. I'm not going to steal his story about what he's done, but he's committed to do a lot more, and he's asked our help to do it. And I hope we're true to that challenge. So for the first Minga Award to Colonel, President, Commander-in-Chief, my friend, President of Tanzania, Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete.